Yes, I'm gonna tell y'all why I switched from my Blackmagic camera to the FX6. One of the reasons I switched from the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K and the 6K Pro to the FX6 is because of just the form factor. I feel like this camera, the boxy format, it just works for me right now, and it has a nice little weight to it. You can slap it on an easy rig if you want, and you could do what you need to do with the camera. I got tired of rigging out my Pocket 6K because you can't use a Pocket 6K without a V-mount battery. A lot of people is gonna tell you, oh, you could buy a bunch of dummy batteries and this kind of battery or that, or core, and put it at the bottom. But to be just honest and fair, I don't like the way how it's rigged out. And a lot of my problems came with actually rigging it out. I spent thousands of dollars trying to rig out my camera all the time, and I feel like, you know, people complain about this top handle, but I feel like it's solid to get the audio. I just need my boom mic, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But at the end of the day, I really do feel like this mod is much more quicker. It probably takes me about 3 minutes to set this camera up, tops or less. Put on everything I gotta put on, and we rocking and rolling. Another reason why I switched to the FX6 from the Pocket 6K series is the file sizes. I feel like Blackmagic's file sizes are too big. Like, I love the quality, I love the 6K, but I feel like if you shoot under anything, probably less than 5K on the 6K camera, you're not getting the full potential of the camera. So in my world, I said, that's a switch. I gotta jump to the other camera. I needed to jump to this because although it shoots true 4K, the 4K DCI, in today's world, that's good enough to do whatever type of work you need to do. It's enough of a resolution to get busy, and it's enough of a resolution to just handle more jobs. The lower file sizes, it does come with a pretty penny, like, you know, the memory cards that you have to buy because you can't record on the SSD, but I feel like recording to the cards are more reliable anyway. And I learned in my last couple of days with the Blackmagic, recording to the SSD is not always the most reliable. I started getting lines in my footage. I started getting things wrong with my footage, and it was stressing me out. It was really stressing me out to a certain point. So I, for one, just had to make a decision just to make the switch. Invested in some CFast Type A Express cards. I got a couple V90 SD cards, so I think it's good enough and it'll do what I got to do. I'm gonna address the elephant in the room, the biggest elephant in the room, and that is the autofocus. A lot of people get mad about switching over to autofocus because they say, oh, you're not a true cinematographer if you're shooting on autofocus, oh, this and that. But I am to the point in my career where I just like to make life easy. I like to make life simple. If I could do a run and gun shoot with autofocus that saves me time, that's better for me. I don't want to be shooting the whole day, come home, you might miss some focus. Like, I want a camera that I don't have to think. I could slap this on a tripod, make sure I have my headphones in to monitor, and I'm good. The menus are not as extraneous as they claim to be. Once you get to learn the buttons on the front, you'll be fine with this camera, and I feel like you could do what you gotta do. Always I was blessed with Sony lenses, so why not buy into the whole Sony ecosystem and just go Sony all the way? One of my final thoughts on this camera, and really why I like it and why I love it so much, is because I don't have to rig it out necessarily. Yeah, there's a couple pieces on it, and like I said, in under 3 minutes, you could get this camera rigged out and ready to roll. I keep the top plate on, I keep the V-mount plate on. These are both from Tilta, and I do what I have to do. Like, you live your life and you feel good with this camera. You know, you really don't feel like you're in a position where you're ever gonna miss a shot again. That's just my 2 cents on this. Y'all comment down below if y'all have any thoughts about going into the new year with the FX6.